All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming. Looking back at our homecoming week, really fun week on campus. Thought our foundation and department really put together a fun week. I know game day we honored our 93 team and been around here a long time, so I got to see some of those guys, and that was a lot of fun. And then we got to the game, which is the role that we play in homecoming week, and we stress that with our guys and got off to a good start to go up 7-0, and thought we ran the football effectively and threw it effectively. And the drive before half was really big for us. I think two things, that when they controlled the ball for a bit there, that we forced a field goal, and that became a win for us as a team. And then Tommy's big scramble to move the chains and eventually score to go up 21-3 was a big point in the game. Then obviously the pick six by Ted, first play of the second half, really set a tone for the half, and got to play a lot of guys. It's a lot of fun when you get a lot of guys involved on the field, and we talk to our guys all the time about putting the team first and doing your role and performing your role the best that you can. And then we got an opportunity to get a lot of guys on the field, so really pleased with the win. Homecoming, and now we move on to prep for this week. Another conference game, which is going to get a lot of attention, we know. And our job on the inside is to focus on us. That's really going to be stressed with our team, to focus on us and our preparation. And coaches are going to work hard to put together a good plan, because we know North Dakota State is a very good football team, and they'll be ready to go. So we have to have a good plan and be ready to play fast, physical football on Saturday afternoon.
Well, the quarterback run game was a struggle in Fargo last year. Why is that difficult to handle, and what do you guys need to do better to handle that?
Yeah, I think it's all in preparation, getting your run fits, and quarterback run game is hard because it adds a guy to the run. They really have another gap, and that's what happened when people start running the quarterback. You add a gap to the scheme, and then it happens to be with very good personnel. Both their quarterbacks can do it. They rotate them. They're their leading rushers on their team and very explosive players, so that makes it difficult.
Both teams utilize that change of pace quarterback. What are your thoughts on you guys being able to sprinkle in, whether it's a Quincy Vaughn or now maybe it's a Simon Rumpho?
Well, I think you do that to try to add to your team, how you attack people and give them more to defend. And we were pleased with how Simon ran the football, and we thought he had a very good fall and really had a good week of practice. And to add him to the mix, we think we'd have another thing that teams need to prepare for. And you always want to give new looks, so defenses have to prepare for more.
Do you feel like, having played Boise State and having played South Dakota State in Brookings, is that advantageous to maybe some of your more inexperienced guys to have that taste of big atmospheres?
Well, every experience should help you. I really believe that, whether it's at home or on the road. Now, we know the building's really going to be full of energy on Saturday. If you remember the last time North Dakota State was here, there was a lot of energy in the building, and we like playing at home. Our guys are comfortable playing in the Alaris Center, and there seems to be something that helps us out there. So, but the other experiences, they should help us. Those were good teams we played against, and to prepare for them and go through those experiences really should help you. But once the game starts, it's about the focus on this game and how we stay in the moment and really get our eyes in a good spot and play physical and downhill, like I said earlier.
And then last one from me. You had two of your more explosive wide receivers go down against Western Illinois. Is there any update on the status of Bo Balquist and Red Wilson?
Yeah, so the one thing I'll be clear on that it probably wasn't clear after the game the other day is it was a coach's decision to hold those two guys out just by where we're at in the season and where we're at in the game at that point in the game. But we're working on it, and they're feeling better today than they were Saturday afternoon, so that's what we're looking for, feeling better every day.
We've seen it at home, especially for your team, but what are the keys during gameplay to have a good run game?
Well, for us to run the football, obviously to get on and win some one-on-one battles are really going to be important. And we know they're big and physical up front, and they rotate guys up front so they stay really fresh. And the one thing that they've done for a long, long time there is play really hard with great effort. So you really got to get on guys and win those one-on-one battles, and then we got to stay downhill. They're very good at, if you don't hit creases in that, once you start bouncing plays and those aren't going to work. They're very good at being gap sound and staying at home. So we've got to be able to really get positive plays on first down and avoid negative plays.
How much do you touched on the electric energy at the Alaris Center, but the fact that this rivalry is at your house this year?
Well, it's always fun to be at home. I mean, it really is. I think, it creates some energy for you. The opponent has to deal with noise, and believe me, there'll be noise that we have to deal with too on Saturday, but we like being at home. We think that place is a fun place, and going back to Saturday, I think our crowd helped us. We had a good crowd on Saturday at homecoming, and we expect a good crowd to help us once again.
We're seeing what you're doing during the week in practice and your preparation leading up to NDSU, but when it comes to actual Saturday, what's it going to take for you guys to beat the Bison?
Well, I think it's going to be important to defend the run and run the football. That's going to be really important on Saturday. Now, the one thing they've done a really good job of, they're throwing the ball really well at this point with either quarterback. So that adds another dimension that you need to defend. But, you need to defend the run, and you need to, hold down explosive plays. When the field position flips in their favor, just like if it can flip in our favor, those things will be really important in the game.
Bubba, I think everybody knows, right, this rivalry, and it's been a long time, and you've been a part of it for a long time. Do you try not to make it any bigger than anything else? I mean, you talked about perspective last week, how important that is even maybe this week.
Yeah, I think what you want to do is really focus on us, and that's what we've been talking about to our team. Focus on us and the preparation, and the outside stuff and the energy all takes care of itself. That'll be there on Saturday when we step off the bus at the Hawk Walk. There's going to be a huge tailgate crowd with a lot of energy. There's going to be a lot of energy in the building. But the big thing is, how do you focus and how do you perform each and every play, and make it a 60-minute game? That's really important, that you really stay in the moment.
Could you describe how your practice squad, preparatory squads, giving you a good look, have been beneficial not only last week, but will be incredibly important for this week as well?
Yeah, it's really important, and I think our guys have done a good job. We pick a special teams player of the week for our work teams, and an offensive player of the week, defensive player of the week, and also, we try to get those guys schooled up as best we can on the look to give, and because it's really important in your preparation. And I've been really pleased with our guys up to this point, and the longer the season goes on, those guys need to continue to work hard and really stay in the game, because they can get better by doing, because a lot of the techniques they're doing when they're doing this work stuff is techniques that they got to get better at. So we really encourage them, and we know they're very important part of the plan, and it's an important job. I don't even want to call it a thankless job, because we thank them a lot, and we encourage them to do a great job given the looks.